What's up, gamers? My name is Scyushi, and we're back again for some more Cube World. Our little fire guy has lit up, which tells me that there's treasure nearby. More than likely going to end up being the increased swimming speed that I don't care about. That actually sucks. But that is going to actually be a permanent stat boost. So it is worth going for all of them, for sure. The biggest thing that I'm excited about is we are now deep enough in this dungeon. You should check out the last episode because this place is epic if you haven't seen it. We are now fighting legendary enemies, which means I have to be a lot more cautious. So it might take a while before we get to the end of this dungeon because this place is massive. But now that we're fighting legendaries, they're actually dropping legendary gear. And this one's actually better than the one I'm rocking right now. It lowers our crit by a little bit, but that's okay. I'll take the rest of the stats on it. Jeez. Okay, does he have a friend? Doesn't seem like it. Thankfully, this dungeon, like, it seems to be done very well. Where, so far, there hasn't been, like, a billion, like, a huge group of enemies. Like, anytime we fight a humanoid, what I mean to say. They're usually on their own. Because the humanoids are actually the strongest enemies. Oh, gosh, there is no possible way that we can take that guy on. No way. He's got 24k health. There is no way that that's going to happen. I'm going to have to... Oh, man. And there's no respawn point in here either, which sucks. Oh, boy. Like, it's such long travel time. Treasure's back there. Clearly, this guy's guarding it. That's a tough enemy type, too. Like, that being a boss is going to kind of suck. I don't know if we're going to be able to take him down. Unless we get lucky and he doesn't have, like, any super strong abilities... I don't think we're going to be able to do this, gamers. I mean, we've got a full set of legendary. The only thing we're missing is a legendary weapon. Outside of that, if we can't take this guy on, then that's good. Oh gosh, he has a slime minion. Okay, so long as I can keep him down on the ground, we're doing okay here. Only okay. Oh gosh. He hurts so much. He hurts so much. I gotta just watch out. I really gotta watch out. I probably could just lure him off of a cliff or something. Okay. Let me just... I need to heal. I need to heal. Gary, please take its aggro or something. He's so big that he just, like, attacks me through the walls, dude. And we got him stuck. Thank goodness for glitchiness. I will now best you the only way that I know how. By knocking you on the ground... Get in a couple hits, and run for our lives. That's actually awesome. Because otherwise there would be no possible way to beat this guy. No way, no how. I'll take an attack on him, and I'll just chill in the back here. This is going to take a little while, though, gamers. But, oh, man. I'm glad that we actually got something like this working, because otherwise there is no possible way I would have been able to beat him. It's not skill-based or anything. He's just... Frankly, he's too tanky, and that almost wrecked me. Oh my gosh, I gotta be really careful here. So I'm just gonna take my time and hopefully be able to beat him. Oh gosh, of course, right at the end, he broke out. He broke out, dude. He's so close to... Oh, there. Oh, ooh, he's only got like 1,000 health left too, dude. Like, that was so triggering. Because he can just easily walk past this. So now at least we know we can always use something like this in the future. Oh my gosh. That scared me so bad, dude. Because he started wandering around. There we go. Woo! That's our first legendary boss in the bag. So did that open this doorway? No, it did not. How do we actually get through there? Bombs? I very much doubt that. There's no way bombs would end up working on this, right? Maybe? No. Okay. I didn't think so. Well, hopefully that was the actual dungeon boss, but I honestly think that there's probably going to be more than that. And if we fight another enemy that's smaller than him, then there's nothing we can do. Like, it's unfortunate, but it's just the truth, dude. Because that guy, we got lucky, and he was like super duper tiny, you know? Or super tiny. He was super big, so he couldn't end up going through the gap. But it doesn't look like that was the final boss. It looks like there's more. And there's actually a legendary slime boss there. He has less health, arguably. And he's a slime, so he might not have a special attack. This seems to be the final room. This is it. Gotta fight this guy legit. Okay. Okay, so far so good. He's not that bad. I gotta make sure that I use my plunging attack in the middle of our battle, just because it does like such absurd amounts of damage. Also knocks him down a lot. Okay. So far so good. This guy's actually not a problem. Because he's just a random like animal creature, and animal creatures like him, like rather than a humanoid, he doesn't actually like have any special moves. So I know there's nothing he can do to just randomly one-shot me or like knock me to the ground or like destroy me or anything. So this guy, super easy compared to the other rock dude. The rock guy we would not have been able to beat, like at all. Now what though? Is there a switch or something? Or by beating him, did that just open the door? It wouldn't make much sense because the game didn't tell us anything. Oh, the door's open. Weird. The game should really tell us, but okay. All this just so we can swim faster. There better be treasure in here, dude. There better be treasure. It better give me like 1,000 gold or something ridiculous. And then on top of it, just have like better gear. Oh, I see. So there's the iron bars that we're showing, that we saw at the beginning of this dungeon. Can we actually get our way through here? Also, our fire guy is actually pointing over there. So there's a high possibility that the treasure that he's pointing to is actually up on the surface and not actually this treasure right here. But either way, we just got the Merla stone, so that's our first artifact. Awesome. And yeah, he's still pointing to the other direction, so that's pretty cool. It means that there's goodies. The other thing too is if we reset it to the day, I wonder whether or not we can actually end up... this should really open up. If we reset it to the day, I wonder if we would end up being able to fight all these creatures again inside this dungeon, because that could be a really good way of us farming for legendaries. More notably for us to farm for a legendary sword or weapon or something. So there's a fast travel point here. We're going to take this and go to the spot that he's pointing us at. And I really hope that it's somewhere on the surface and wasn't something that I just missed inside the dungeon, because that would suck. But with that, we have done it, gamers. We've actually completed the grotto. It doesn't say that it's completed, which is weird. And did our gear did not get plus on it. That's kind of weird that it doesn't have a check mark. I swear it's because, like, I bet you it's because that doorway didn't open up, like our exit. So it was probably supposed to, like, I don't know. There was probably something else that I was supposed to do in there. Or maybe there is a piece of treasure still inside there. And we have to grab it in order to have the dungeon say it's completed. That could be the case as well. He's still pointing us over here, though. We're getting close. We're getting real close. And it's starting to look like he's pointing down underground again. Oh, this spot right here. This is a bomb spot if I've ever seen it. Okay. Cool, I guess. Hopefully we'll get something a little more worthwhile out of this one. Let me actually plant an air bomb there. And we got the Grand Iron Greatsword. Not bad. If it was a legendary, I would have been a little bit more excited. That's cool. I still don't know why this dungeon doesn't say it's completed, though, because we did, in fact, get that. Like, we have that artifact right here. So I don't know why it says that it's not completed. Very weird. Okay, so here's our our great sword, which isn't as good as the one we're rocking now. At least we know that through cheap tactics, we can kind of take on legendary enemies. So let's see. Maybe we can take this on. Maybe, but I doubt it because we're not going to be able to pin any bosses against any cave walls or anything for this. This is just going to be, oh gosh. So those guys are legendaries. I wonder whether or not they're strong. The problem is they're going to just keep on spawning. Yeah, they're just gonna keep on spawning is the problem. Oh gosh. Because if I don't face these guys like quick enough, yeah, they're just gonna keep spawning out of the portal. So we gotta make sure that whatever damage we do to them, we have to do damage towards the portal itself. But otherwise, this is so far not that big of a deal, honestly. Like, these guys are not very strong, so we should be able to do this, dude. This is epic. This is finally it. At long last. I hope this pluses our gear. That's all I want it to do. Because if it doesn't plus our gear, then I don't know what's going to do that, and I'll have to look it up. Because what we need, basically, guys, is we need to have our gear plus so that we can actually use it in other biomes, because otherwise you can't. So I noticed that there's like a dude stuck on the other side there, which might be, he might have given me a little bit of trouble if I was fighting him alone. Oh, sick. Okay, you destroyed the demon portal. Now the demons can no longer possess the residents of the plains. Cool, that's it. I wonder if with that, the possessed mobs that we found out in the world will be a lot weaker. That could be the case. So we got a legendary shield out of it. Absolutely useless for me. Did that plus my gear? It did not. How do we actually... What do we do to beat a biome? Do we need to get the bell as well? Like, I don't know, guys. Because this grotto doesn't say that it's completed, which kind of sucks. Oh, boy. Well, you know what? There was, if I'm not mistaken, it was right here. There was an alpha dog. And he was possessed, and he was super duper strong. I also want to go to the Trial of Strength and see if we can do that. Otherwise, I might have to go back into the grotto and see what's what. But I want to see if this alpha dog is still possessed and still, like, super duper strong. Because otherwise, he was godlike, dude. Like, there was nothing we could do against him. Is he still possessed? Okay, he's not possessed anymore. Oh, I see. The difference being possessed means he's just stronger. Because he's not nearly as strong as he was. So what if I end up fighting just these random alpha dogs, just as a normal enemy type? Can they drop goodies? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try and fight you. You beat me once before. I will not let you do it again. Gah! He's got like such powerful attacks. Thankfully, the possessed version of this guy is like, the possessed version was way stronger. Oh gosh, he's like enraged now. Why aren't I gaining my lifesteal? Why aren't I gaining my lifesteal? Nah. There goes my last pot. But so help me, I must defeat this creature. But it's not working, dude. There we go. Finally actually knocked him down. Our lifesteal just isn't happening, though. Jeez Louise. Oh, gosh. He's got another alpha dog just chilling with us. I'm the alpha dog, man. There, we finally got our lifesteal going on. I gotta watch that stupid timer in the corner. Because if we can keep resetting it, we're just invincible. There we go. That sound effect. I mean, I'm commentating, so it's difficult for me to tell, but that sound effect is what means that we have the lifesteal going on. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Gary, I could use your help here, bud. I could really use your help here. I'll just dance around in circles, okay? Heroic shout. Ugh, get him on the ground. This alpha dog is like actually the strongest enemy of the entire game. Jeez Louise, dude. Why is he so powerful? Maybe because half of my attacks aren't actually registering? That could be what's doing it. Let me eat. Like, he's not getting stunned on the ground as much as he should be. That's the problem. Oh, gosh. You know what we're going to do? We're going to try and climb up here. Oh, gosh. Oh, heroic shout. There we go. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to eat. That should end up healing out of, well, this random enemy, but not necessarily the alpha dog. He's almost game ended, boys. There, we've got our lifesteal. There we go. And that's it. Woo! Okay, so those guys, I truly am the alpha dog. Those guys actually drop legendaries. He didn't drop a legendary for my class. Great. That's awesome. Well, with that, that guy's game ended. So that's pretty cool. Otherwise, I'm still curious about this grotto and why this whole area doesn't consider itself beaten. Do you have to complete every single quest? Is that the point? Maybe. Either way, let's go to the Circle of Power. I think the enemy at the Circle of Power was possessed as well, actually. So he might be weak enough that we can defeat him now. That would be epic. So also, I keep referencing this in other videos, or other episodes in the series. There's our bell, but it's in the middle of the lava. We have to get lemon juice, but we need ice. I don't know where to get ice. I should check. I'm going to check the wiki or something and see. Because if we can get ice, we can get the spirit bell. And then that takes us to a spirit realm or something. I've only heard what it does, but I'm very confused what it actually does. And then otherwise, we'll try and fight the Circle of Power guy and maybe call it a day. Can't find anything on ice cubes or lemonade, unfortunately. It's probably just relating to another biome or something. I don't know. These, yeah, these are actually blue enemies, so we can lure them to this guy. So he's got 16k health, which is much less than what he had before. But him being legendary means he's going to end up meaning some serious business. And he's a warrior, so he's just going to destroy my face. Because if we look at the amount of damage that he does, it's actually insane. Oh my gosh. I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to take this guy. Like, he's really powerful. Thankfully, we've got all these wizards here, which might distract him, but they're not really doing too much in terms of, like, helping us out. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be tough. And he just decided to one-shot me. Yeah, so we can't fight that guy, unfortunately. Maybe if we had, like, a legendary sword, maybe then it would end up actually working. But, no, he's just way too powerful. That kind of sucks. I was really hoping that we would be able to actually do something about it. Oh, well. Maybe we can cheese this lake. If it lets us use our boat, we might be able to get over to the item quicker than we actually take damage. So let's see if that is the case, because that would be great. Because otherwise, I don't know like what else we can even do to end up actually completing the biome. Maybe we have to just complete everything. Maybe that's the point. But let's use our heroic shout. Okay, no, we just, nope. Just no. Can't use a boat. Oh well. I don't know where we get ice, dude. I need ice so that I can actually like, I guess what we could technically do, because I'm assuming ice will end up being in this biome, right? So we could use a bird, go over to this biome, try to find a fast travel point, because then we can always end up coming back here, right? But I might have to look up how we actually complete a dungeon or complete a biome so that we actually end up getting the benefit of actually being able to carry our gear into other areas. I do want to see real quick if we can actually, like, this is a relic that lets us climb faster. Can, like, are there just relics that are just out in the middle of nowhere and the game expects you to just find them and get them? Or is this going to end up being another gigantic dungeon that we can't do? Because if it's just another random relic, that would be epic. Unfortunately, it's just going to randomly kick us out of our boat any second now, but oh my gosh, this is a lot further than it seems. And it just randomly kicked me out of my boat. That's so stupid. That doesn't make any sense, dude. Like, within the confines of it being a video game, that's just so dumb that it's just biome specific. It really shouldn't do that. Maybe, like, make it so that you get parts of a boat from multiple biomes, and then once you make the boat, it's yours for keeps or something. I don't know, but you really shouldn't lose all your progress the second you go into another biome, because otherwise it makes everything that we've just done pointless. And in fact, that is looking like it's a full-on dungeon. Great. And the closest respawn point is way over there. And then, oh, there's the boat for this biome. Well, that's useful. And then, yeah, okay, so it is a full-on legendary dungeon. That kind of sucks. But at least we were lucky enough to find the boat right away. So that'll be really, really helpful for when we end up coming here and actually doing stuff. But we're not going to do it right now because we're too weak. Oh, navigating this place would suck. Because even if you have a fast travel point, which is really obvious to see, it's still just islands. So basically, I guess what an ocean does is these are the points of interest. And that's it. Like, you can see these are villages. These are some, you know, lore dungeons and stuff like that. Like, it's like the ocean must be extremely easy because you just know instantly where everything is. There's no clutter. Just you're sailing around a lot, which isn't that bad, honestly, because I can go no hands with this. So I want to double check real quick in the town if these guys just suddenly have more gear, which it doesn't look like it. I mean, there is the leftovers that we can end up identifying, so maybe we'll end up getting some better gear out of all of this, but I very much doubt it. At the least, we can get some gold. But I want to also sleep at the inn to see whether or not we can reset the big dungeon that had the relic. Also, something that's really, really lame. How many hours did we put into this series so far? And we ended up getting 1 relic, and ultimately that's the entire goal of the game, right? Is to just try and get all of the relics. Wow, we can get gear that isn't even for us. That sucks. See, it's got plus by it, so this would actually work in other biomes. I gotta figure out how we get our gear plus. But we got that relic after how many hours? And we got 2% swim speed. That's pathetic. That needs buffed. That is not a worthy reward. 2%. Like, it should have made it so that we're swimming like at least 10% faster. But 2%, doesn't leave a nice taste in my mouth, man. That's pretty gross. So let's reset it. I think we can just reset the time of day anytime that we want. Right? Oh no, we have to come at 1800 hours. Great, so I gotta wait like in real life time. Awesome. But either way, let's go back into that dungeon and see if maybe we can end up getting some goodies out of it, or maybe there was something that I missed. I just want to check real quick before we call it a day. Well, thank goodness for YouTube. I found it. I found a way to get into these doors, and it's not the way that you think. We're not actually unlocking anything. We're actually just sitting in front of it, and then for some reason able to walk through the bars. I don't think that's how we're supposed to do it. But the fact of the matter is that there is nothing in here. Like, there is no way to actually open that door. Maybe there was a switch or a trigger somewhere else. I don't know, but we just got some fabulous shoulder pads, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, there was another barred area back at the beginning of this dungeon that we can check out. That gives us a lot more HP. Man alive, everything else gets nerfed like crazy, but that's a lot of HP. So let's go check out that last spot. I also noticed too, if we zoom our map in like a crazy person, you can just make out, whoops, I thought that made our map bigger, but it didn't. You can actually just make out that there is the dungeon itself, so we can visually see the interior of the dungeon in our map. It's a little bit clunky, but it does work, and that's the cool thing. 30 gold, wow, that was so worth it. Yeah, so it doesn't seem like there's anything else in here, and the dungeon itself doesn't say that it's completed. So I'm going to actually leave a star under it, showing that, I know it doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to use the star to know that this is actually completed. Now, another thing that some people have pointed out is that some biomes will actually generate with multiple legendary artifacts. As we've seen, where are all my other legendary artifacts? So we got one here at the edge, one in this biome, one in this biome. We got kind of unlucky with all of them generating in their own areas, rather than just having them all generate. Like, apparently you can get like a bunch of them to generate in one biome, and that would be good, because then that would mean we could continuously be leveling up and getting some more progress with some more artifacts. But as of right now, I don't know, gamers. I'm going to have to sincerely think about this and look up like what we want to actually do with this, because I mean, what are we gonna do? Just keep repeating dungeons in this biome until we end up getting a legendary sword, and then even then what? Can't carry it over into the next area, so I would just have to look for shops that are actually going to sell us plus gear so that we can use that in the new areas. And then essentially we could also use all of our gold that we've gotten thus far to buy gear, and we should progress faster in the new biome. But the problem is we can't use our mount. We can't use anything. We would just start from scratch. But either way, let me know what you all think in the comments. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, we did it. We beat the game. That was this biome done, 100%ed. Outside of beating like the Circle of Power idiot, but he's just way too powerful for me to handle solo and stuff like that. Either way, Thanks for watching. Very much appreciate it. Smash like, sub for more. Have yourselves a great day. Buy some of the merch if you want to support the channel. Sayonara, and stay epic, gamers. All right, so just to add a little bit more to this already lengthy episode, guys, I actually did the Circle of Power. I came here and I just mopped the floor with the boss now that we have the legendary weapon. He ended up dropping a legendary weapon himself, which is not nearly as powerful as the one we're rocking. And then these are my old shoulders, and these are the new ones. So these ones were a little bit better. We ended up getting some weird Eternal Ember from him, I think, too. So you ignited the Flame of Power. Your power is now increased throughout the Desmond Plains. I mean, again, cool, but what's the point? If we're constantly resetting our progress every time we go to a new biome, then my goal with this series might be to just end up completing one of each biome. Because the relics themselves are pretty useless. Like, we got increased swimming speed. That doesn't help us unless we go into a swimming biome. But then there's also, like, increased mount speed. And it's like, that doesn't help because as soon as we go to another biome, we don't have access to our mount. We gotta get the reins again. I would say, as far as I'm concerned, I beat the game. But I'm going to try and go for each of the different biome types so that we can experience everything that this game has to offer. And then, as far as I'm concerned, we've totally beat the game. There is no new content to explore.